Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to transplant epazote. And for those of you that are not familiar with epazote, it is an herb that is indigenous to Mexico, South America, and Central America. My family is from Oaxaca, Mexico, and we will typically use epazote in our food, in dishes like quesadillas or chilaquiles, but epazote can also be used for medicinal purposes. What you are going to need is some soil, a shovel or a spoon if you don't have one, and some containers. Because we don't have too much space, we like to use small containers, so we have here some containers that we recycled from some food that we ordered, and that'll work totally fine. Before we go ahead and get started, make sure you give your plants a little bit of water and give them about a minute or two so that they can soak it up, so that when we start to thin out the seedlings, the roots don't get destroyed. One of my favorite things about epazote is that it really doesn't have too many special requirements. It doesn't need a special soil type, it doesn't require to be fed too often, and it really just thrives on its own. So go ahead and take your epazote seedlings wherever you have them and start to slowly pull them apart like I'm doing here. And I managed to grow many seedlings. Typically, I always plant more seeds than I actually expect to grow just to be safe. But a lot of them grew, and unfortunately, I won't get to use all of them, but I think here I'll get about 15, if not a bit more. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to throw some away. Here I have some soil that's left over from when I tried to grow some marigolds. I think the seeds were expired, so they didn't actually germinate. And rather than throw the soil away, I'm just going to recycle it and use it for the epazote seeds. And it's gonna work out just fine, as you will see. So now what you're gonna want to do is start to put some of the soil in whatever containers you have. And then once you've packed enough soil into it, you are going to take your hand, and I typically just use my finger, but you can also use a spoon or a pencil or whatever, and start to make some holes. And inside of each one of those holes, you are going to place one little seedling. I will take a single container and then I will plant about 4 to 5 seedlings in it. And then once they've gotten a bit larger, then I will actually decide which ones I will keep and then transplant them into their proper container. So I have filled up the first container with about 6 little seedlings, and I'm just going to go ahead and transplant the rest of them, and I will be back to show you what the end result looks like. After you have finished transplanting your seedlings, make sure you water them thoroughly. And here we are. We have a few containers filled with some of the seedlings that I have. And my recommendation to you would be to leave them out in the morning sun. It is about 10 a.m. right now, and I will be letting them have some of the light, warm heat. But once we hit later in the day, I will put them in, because if you leave them out for too long, they run the risk of drying out. And now I'm going to take you all into the future. And I want to show you all what my seedlings look like about a week after I transplanted them. Thankfully, the vast majority of them look great. They managed not to dry out or go through transplant shock. However, I did have one of them dry up on me, and that's totally fine because overall, I'd say we had a major success. Alright, so that is it for today. Thank you again so much for coming and watching my channel. I hope you were able to learn something new. If you are interested in a video on how to start from the beginning in terms of growing them from seeds, I can also do that. Let me know in the comments. And I'd also like to know if you've ever heard about epazote before, if you eat epazote, or if you use it for medicinal purposes. How do you know about epazote? How'd you come to find out about it? Let me know down in the comments. See ya, bye!